in 1991, I lost my 92-year-old grandmother. She didn't die. I actually lost her in the mall. That winter, she came to live with my family. And she, my Nana, and my 2-year-old Rachel wreaked havoc from the day she got there. They would do things like gather all the toilet brushes and a couple of cans of Comet and have a Comet confetti parade on the way to clean the bathroom. They traumatized the dog by taking his kibble and tossing it into each other's mouth while he played monkey in the middle. And they actually even traumatized each other with a little caper I like to call hide the pacifier, hide the false teeth. So I was bound and determined to make these two take a long winter's nap that would rival Rip Van Winkle. So I put my grandmother in her gold and orange and burnt umber brocade coat, and I tossed my toddler into her Michelin Man snowsuit. I threw the stroller in the car, and I took them to our little local mall. And we strolled around that mall for a good 2 hours. And then just as some icing on the cake, I took them to the food court where I gave them some really good fat-laden, tryptophan-like McDonald's food of chicken McNuggets and French fries. And just as I was getting ready to take them home, I realized I had forgotten to get a sympathy card. So I took my Nana and sat her down on the bench in front of the Hallmark store, and I said, "We are leaving in 5 minutes. Do not leave this bench. I will be right back." And she nodded her head. She was so tired, I really felt just a little guilty. So I ran into the store, and of course the sympathy cards are way in the back of the store. I grabbed the first one I saw, I paid for it. I come out into the mall, boom, no Nana, nowhere. I look left, I look right, I can't find her. I start trotting, going, "Nana, Nana," and I spy a security guard. And I say, "Can you help me? What seems to be the problem, ma'am?" "I think I lost my grandmother." She whips her walkie-talkie off of her belt and says, "1622 alert. We have a 1622 alert. Distinguishing marks, ma'am." And I said, "Well, she's 92 years old. She's got an orange and brocade gold coat. And Margaret, her name is Margaret. Anything else, ma'am?" I'm thinking, really? That's not enough to find her? And with that, I hear a whimpering at my left foot. "Poo-poo, mommy. Poo-poo, mommy." I say to the security guard, "I'm taking my daughter to the ladies' room. I'll check for my grandmother there, and then I'll come back to the security office to see if you found her." The diaper change goes pretty well. We're lickety-split out of there in about 10 minutes. I go back to the security office, no Nana. And so they recommend that I call the police and go home. I'm not going home. I'm never leaving this mall. I wanted to leave this mall 40 minutes ago. My mother is going to kill me. I've lost her mother. I don't think she would go off like an old dog to die. And then it hits me. And I grab that stroller and I run all the way from one end to the mall to the other. And of course, my daughter thinks this is a new carnival ride, and she's so jacked up, she's never taking another nap. And I get into the parking lot, and in the fading February light is a glint of burnt umber, gold, and orange standing next to my car. And you know when you have that relief that the thing you thought was going to happen is not going to happen, and you are so grateful that what comes out of your mouth is, "Where the hell have you been?" And I run over to the car and she says, "You said we were leaving, so I should go to the car." And I realized in that moment that the only thing I lost and that I was going to lose over the next 6 months was my mind. Thank you.
Cathy, everybody.